ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Hi, namaste everyone. Right now I am in Kamarpukur. Kamarpukur is the birthplace of Bhagwan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It's a small village about 90 kilometers from Kolkata. We have train connectivity up to Gogat. From Gogat it's about 6 kilometers. So it's easily accessible. I think in another 1 year or so they will be able to connect Kamarpukur also by local trains. It's an extraordinary place. You can assume the significance of this when you know that a great spiritual wave that is going to regenerate the world took birth here. And when Swami Vivekananda was in the United States, he said, just think of this, a Brahmin boy born in out of the way village in Bengal, who is literally being worshipped by millions of people worldwide today. He said it when he was alive. Is it a joke? He asked. So there should be a power. And Sri Ramakrishna's life was extraordinary. So in the Gita, Krishna has said, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Most of you would be knowing that already. So that is whenever virtue subsides and vice prevails, so I take birth in every age to restore dharma. This is what Krishna said. And we who follow the Ramakrishna tradition, and Swami Vivekananda himself openly declared that Sri Ramakrishna was God incarnate. Having been associated with Ramakrishna order for about 13 odd years, maybe 15 years now, so I have no reason to disbelieve what Swami Vivekananda has said. Primarily as we get into the current days when we have a lot of confusion about how to find harmony with people, how to bring different religions together, how we can exist, mutually coexist. So these questions, they're becoming more and more difficult to answer. And Sri Ramakrishna answered this very well about 130 years back. And Sri Ramakrishna, he was a very peculiar man, as Swami Vivekananda used to tell him. So he was born here, he was born to an Orthodox family, and he didn't go to school. Today we had been to his school here, and he just attended 1 or 2 years, I think. He didn't really like the formal education. So this is the time when we believe that education is everything. But what education is that? Of course, knowledge is most important, knowledge is the greatest. But what type of knowledge that we are looking at, and what type of knowledge that Sri Ramakrishna looked at? So today all the doctors, scholars, philosophers, they come to Sri Ramakrishna to pay their homage to him. And he was not a literate man in the ordinary sense of things, so but he had the greatest wisdom. So this wisdom, how did it come? So going through the ordinary line of education, which is mostly intended to make money, which Sri Ramakrishna denounced. He didn't really want the education which is just for a breadwinning education, a mere money making education. So he wanted that education by which he can realize the supreme truth that he felt was worthy of a human endeavor. He felt to give up life for petty things like earning some money and material comforts, though he never really said it's not necessary, but to consider them as the game and goal of life, that he felt was very degenerating for a human life. That was his idea. So it's not time for a very long video. I can actually go on talking for an hour. So I am planning to keep it for 15 minutes at the most. It's already 5 minutes over. I will take only a few ideas about what Swami Vivekananda discussed in his talk. My master, he gave this lecture to an audience in the United States. So he had to detail his guru's life and his message and the importance of it. So as I said, quoting the Gita, where Lord Krishna has said that he will incarnate in every age to establish dharma. Dharma only means righteousness, the direction shown to mankind. And for this age, Sri Ramakrishna certainly fits the bill, because he has given us the clear idea as to how to establish religion, how to establish dharma in current times, how to live in harmony with the creation and with others, with different religions. So that's the religion that we require today. So when we have religions, baying for each other's blood, every religion wants to feel it's superior to any others. That's not really going to work. As we discussed, as we have been discussing from last 1 year. So Swami Vivekananda said, nobody can really say that only his religion will continue to exist and all others are going to be doomed. Such a case can never, because each religion has produced some extraordinary spiritual giants. That being the case, we cannot really hope for a day when we destroy all religions and only one religion remains. So what we require today is not the one religion, but a harmony among different religions. So this is the greatest discovery of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna was born in Kamarpukur, then he had to go to Kolkata, where he was a priest in a Kali temple, the Dakshineshwar temple. This is the difference between Sri Ramakrishna and many other priests we have. I was talking to one priest recently in Varanasi. I told him, see how Sri Ramakrishna was a great priest and how other priests are not like Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna became a priest, and as a priest he really wanted to realize God. What the priests do currently is they want to extort people. Literally in some temples, if you don't put money, like they will not even allow you to see God. So that is not what actually priesthood stands for or should stand for. So Sri Ramakrishna, he was a priest in the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. He was praying to Mother, and he had heard some wonderful songs composed on Mother, where the poets had described their vision of the Divine Mother. And he was not a man who would just go by what he heard or what he could see, just what people say. He wanted to have actual realization himself. So how does the realization come? He was not an educated man in the literal sense of the word, and he was a priest. So his only hope was the Divine Mother's image in the Kali temple there. So he was so much obsessed with the idea of realizing Mother. He prayed to her day and night. He gave up his food. He gave up all the comforts. He was crying literally every day, "Oh Mother, I want to see you. I want to see you." And he gave up everything for that matter. So Swamiji said, without such giving up of the worldly pursuits or worldly ideas, we cannot really come to God. That renunciation had to come. So when the idea takes possession of our mind that we don't want anything except God, that's when God comes to us. They say, I have not realized God, but this is the idea given to us by the great saints. When we want, Sri Ramakrishna himself said, suppose your head is pushed under water and you want to come out because you want to breathe. So you are desperate for a breath that time. So similarly, when we feel restless for God the way we feel for breath, that's when God comes to us, it's so said. So Sri Ramakrishna himself demonstrated this, and he lost the sense of the entire world, and he was merged in finding God. And he realized Divine Mother. The Divine Mother gave darshan to him, and only then that his quest, when he got happiness, he got some kind of a relief. So he realized God. So after realizing the Divine Mother in the Kali temple at Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna took a formal education, not in the school term, but he got the Vedic wisdom, the Tantra, the Advaita, and the various philosophies of different religions also. So he was trained by a woman sannyasini, Bhairavi Brahmini. She came to Dakshineshwar. She trained him in various disciplines, and then Totapuri came, who initiated into sannyasa. So he gave him the Advaitic darshan. So Sri Ramakrishna was an extraordinary character. Even the gurus who came to him were astonished about his knowledge and his ability to learn so fast. And Tadapuri expressed, what took me 40 years to learn, this person has mastered in such a less time, maybe 4 to 5 days or something like that. So that was his ability to learn. And Sri Ramakrishna not only practiced the different sects within Hinduism like Shaivism, Vaishnavism, then we have the Shaktas. He was okay with the Vedantists also. He also practiced Islam and Christianity. That's something never before heard of in the history of mankind. He practiced all religions, and through all religions came to the same goal that he had attained earlier by praying to God alone. So he was not particular that a man must have some religion. He said only thing you require is the yearning of the heart. If that is there, God is bound to come to you. That was his constant assertion. At the same time, he did not deny the utility of various religions that we have, the Hindus, the Muslims, the Christianity, whatever we have, he also approved of them. The only thing he said was, what we require is the intensity to have God, intensity to have the vision of God. So that's the only thing necessary to realize God. That's what he said, and he himself had, by his own life, proved that. That's about God. And because we have realized God through following our own Shakta, Tantra, that Dasya Bhava also he practiced, we have different approach towards God. You can be like a son to him, you can be like a brother, you can be like a friend, you can be like his spouse. There are different approaches people take towards God, and he practiced all of them, and he realized God through all of them. And he also rose above the idea of sex. He was someone who saw mother in every woman, and that was the objective he left behind for us to follow, which is very difficult, but that's the idea the great people give to us, to see the motherhood of God in every woman. That was one of the most noblest ideas that he practiced and preached. So I have to close because I've been asked to leave here because they're closing the gate here. The thing that we have to really take from Sri Ramakrishna's life is the main message is renunciation. Mother also said renunciation was the ornament of Sri Ramakrishna, and renunciation of lower things for the higher, and about the harmony of different religions. We have to mutually coexist, we have to respect each other. And Swami Vivekananda said the most important message of Sri Ramakrishna for this current age is be spiritual and realize the truth for yourself. So we have to be spiritual and realize truth for ourselves. We need not have any quarrels with anybody. And he also said different religions like Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, they are all different approaches toward the same reality. And he said there is only one eternal religion, and all these religions that we have different name given to them. So they are only different versions of it, different approaches to that one eternal religion. That was one of the key ideas. And Vivekananda said Sri Ramakrishna, he didn't make any religion for himself. There's nothing called as Ramakrishnaism. We have different religions. Sri Ramakrishna made no new religion, but he realized all religions as true, and let people also know that all religions lead to God, and that we need not fight over the forms. So as you can see in my background, there's water, and he said some people call it as water, some people call it as jal, some people call it as pani, we call it as niru. So but the reality is just the same water. So we only call it by different names. So we need not fight over the forms, we need not fight over the names, we need not fight over approaches. So the thing is, we have to realize the divinity within ourselves. That is Sri Ramakrishna's most important message to us. He said, first you have something to give, first you realize the truth yourself, then you can go and preach to others. Vivekananda, he repeated the idea. He said, have something to give first, then the power will come to give. He said, words are not important, but personality is important. If I have a personality, if what I say to you, it will go directly into your mind. If I have no personality, I may speak the best language, but that makes no impression on you. So here the message is very clear by Sri Ramakrishna. The different religions are not contradictory, they are complementary, rather they are different approaches to truth. And secondly, we have to take up spirituality and realize the truth for ourselves, and we did not fight over different forms. So anyway, I had to close here because it said the person is waiting for me to leave this place here. This is the ghat. This is the Kamarpukur where Sri Ramakrishna used to come. So we have a temple behind that. It's a village. It has grown now. 7 years back when I came, it was a very small village. Now when I come here, I see it has grown quite a lot. We are going to have rail connectivity very shortly, and a lot of people have got livelihood from here. I was talking to some of them. So everybody is happy. Kamarpukur is a great place. A great spiritual wave has come from here, and I've been associated with the ashram for a long time, and I know what it means. I know what the message it holds for the good of the world, and I only request you to take up Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda's message. I tell you, this is the real way to establish universal peace and harmony. And that's it for now. Thank you very much. I think we'll be leaving to Bangalore tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to meet you all. Thank you very much.